and this is Tech Talk. Today, we're going to be discussing the digital divide. If you could all please help me in welcoming our first guest, Autumn Goldstein. Autumn, it's so great to meet you.
It's nice being here.
Now let's just get started. Can you explain what the digital divide is?
Absolutely. Most people will tell you that the digital divide is the gap between young and old users of technology, but it really isn't. More recently, sociologists and educators have found that it's actually twofold. The first divide relating to access, and the second divide relating to correct use of the technology.
Now, Autumn, can you elaborate on what the first digital divide is?
Absolutely.
The first digital divide that we see is in access, and we're connecting it to socioeconomic status. We're finding that there are disparities both at home and in school. The difference is, though, in schools, many districts and corporations and community partners are coming together to combat that. They're making sure that our children in public schools
Can you
do
make it
get
another
the
color?
resources they need, that they do have the access to computers and other technological means. It's when we get into the home where
can you
we
put a
really
star?
see that divide. These children that come from more disadvantaged backgrounds don't have the access to the means and the different resources that maybe more of their affluent peers have. So this is the first part of that digital divide that we're seeing.
I think we can all agree that's very interesting, Autumn. Now, can you elaborate on the second digital divide?
I'd love to.
The second digital divide relates to correct use of technology, and we see this especially in the home regardless of socioeconomic status. Here we see recreational computing versus
put it down?
educational computing. A lot of the times parents are using it as a substitute rather than a supplement, and they really need to make sure that the kids are making use of it correctly.
This is really great information, Autumn. But lastly, I would like to move on to the effect of the digital divide.
Well, there's definitely a lot of research on that.
Effects of the digital divide are seen in our government. More recently, with former President Bill Clinton on his new markets tours asking for a $2.1 billion fund to help address the issues caused by the digital divide. We're also seeing many companies in the corporate sector donate computers and related services to help bridge the gap between affluent and non-affluent students. We're not just talking about donating computers or hardware or software, but really creating community services and other places that these students can access the necessary information. It's really using technology to bridge that gap between rich and poor.
Well, Autumn, I think everyone here would agree that this has been a very interesting and informing conversation. I want to thank the studio audience and everybody at home who tuned in. Until next time, this has been Tech Talk.